The Bible said that when ye therefore, talking to the Jews, see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Amen. Now, my church is well educated to know that that's talking about the Antichrist. Temple will be rebuilt. Is it possible that they could start building it before the rapture? The answer is yes. If I understand correctly, they've got every stone cut right now to build it. Amen. If I understand correctly by what information that I get, that temple will be rebuilt. He's going to inhabit as a false Messiah. Amen. But the Bible said that he's going to exalt himself above all that is called God. And the Jews, amen, are going to know better. They're going to know better, and we're going to begin to get into this. I remember so many years ago, and God in heaven knows that I'll never put down another preacher or somebody else, but Betty, what I'm fixing to quote you right now was something that did not even make any sense that they believed. Amen. So let's get to that. Thank God. Amen. All right. Verses 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. And pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. Wasn't talking about eternal security here. Wasn't talking about that. It was talking about flesh being saved alive. Amen. Which is very easy to be understood. Amen. But the Bible said, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Give me an amen. Amen. But there was people back years ago, way back, and I can remember, so I learned, and I don't want to put nobody down, so I learned that they believed that these things was talking about the rapture. Two men in one bed, two women grinding at the mill and everything. One taken and the other one left. You've read that? And compared that to the rapture of the church. No, sir. Amen. Thank God. So I don't want our church to be ignorant of these things. Will you give me a good amen? Now I want to say a few, before we go on, we're probably going to divide this up into two times, because it's going to be a little bit too much even for you and maybe even for me. Amen. Like I said, not everybody is in perfect harmony with me on some things. I didn't appreciate a preacher that we had recently come in here, make a statement before my congregation that he didn't see everything like I did. I didn't appreciate that. And I hope my church didn't appreciate it either. That's a slap in the face. Ain't no doubt about that. And don't think that, brother, that I ain't going to bear witness to the man for it too, because it will come. I'm not afraid of people, but that will happen. See, that could create doubt. He could throw out doubt that maybe I'm not giving you the truth. Yeah. Sure. Amen. Amen. So I'm going to tell you something that I believe. And amen. And I want to say this at this time. This is really important. There's a scripture that I examined for a long time. Whatever's bound in heaven will be bound on earth. And whatever's bound on earth will be bound in heaven. Whatever's loosed will be loosed. I read that for a long time, and I'm going to tell you something. Finally, I think I got the understanding that I needed. There is not no doubt in my mind right now that the angels that kept not their first estate, that had sinned, they're in chains of darkness. I believe that they are in the second heaven. That's what I believe. Yes, sir. Amen. How many of you know to really get through to God, you're going to have to do some binding and loosening.
That's good, Jim.
To get to God.
That is good.
Because you've got to deal with that. He is the prince, the power of the air. Give me an amen. He's there. And I used to think, well, it's the third heaven they was talking about until I began to really pray and take a good long look at this thing. Amen. Thank God for Jesus forevermore. I'm not going to dwell long on that, but I'm going to tell you something. Like I said, not everybody agrees with me on everything, but you believe in me. Amen. You believe in me and I believe in you. Amen. I believe this as much as I'm alive, that 2/3 of the angels of Satan are in the second heaven in chains of darkness. There's one more third, I believe, left. One more third. And I can find evidence of it in there where the crooked tail of the serpent drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. We're going right now to the rapture, people. We're going to the judgment seat of Christ.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen, Jim.
We're going to go there, and we're going to be judged according to our stewardship and our faithfulness in service. We're going to be judged. Give me an amen.
Amen.
That's the truth. And I'm going to tell you something. I believe it'll last, that you may have a different opinion. I think that it will last 3.5 years. I believe that every man that ever known God is going to walk down there. He ain't going to be there to embarrass nobody. I've heard people say, well, boy, when we get up there, God's going to get you for that. No, he ain't either. Amen. He's going to bless you. Amen. Well, he's going to bless you. Ain't no doubt about that, God. Amen. I'm going to tell you something. Thank God forevermore. Brother, when that last soul comes down to be judged, and the devil sees that he can't turn God against him, amen, war is going to break out. And when war breaks out between him and Michael, people, let me tell you something. The atomic bomb is nothing compared when these two colossus powers collide. It's untelling what kind of a result will come from that. But the Bible said that he's going to be cast to the earth. Him and his angels. That's one that we'll get into it a little bit later on. It's going to take another time having to do with the days of Noah. Give me an amen. Yes, sir. Everybody in here at least will agree with me that these angels did mingle. They did mingle with the daughters of man, the Sethonite and Canaanite women, and it was preached by Chip what it was. All these things, Sodom, Gomorrah, and other instances in the Bible, thank God, were threatening the seed of Jesus, thank God, which was to come. Is it an impossibility that when they're cast to the earth, is it an impossibility? He said the days of Noah would be repeated. And amen, if they're to be repeated, what could happen? Again, some of these women, thank God, could get with these angels again. It could happen. Amen. Don't take it and say the preacher said 100%, but I'm pretty sure of it. Pretty sure of myself. Amen. And that's right. I'm dealt with, don't tell me demonic spirits can get to you in your sleep. I've had honest people to come to me and tell me that they had literally been molested in their sleep. Amen. They didn't say they enjoyed it. It was wicked type of a thing. You know, it ain't too bad that when something happens in your sleep and you enjoy it, you just say amen to it, don't you? Yeah, no, well, true. No doubt about it. Might as well face the truth of it. Give me an amen. But I've talked to them. The devil, thank God, wants to get to us. He wants to infiltrate us. Amen. So the days of Noah, thank God, to be repeated. They were eating, they were drinking, they were marrying and giving in marriage, and knew not, the Bible said, till the flood came and took them all away. The end will come, the end of the age, the wrath of God, the seal judgments, the trumpet judgments, and the vial judgments to be poured out without mixture thank God, upon this earth. Will you give me a good amen? So I feel that. Maybe you feel a little bit different about it. That will be fine with me. Amen. So I'm going to tell you, God is a good God. Now I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to go back to something here. Every woman in here, I don't care who y'all are. If you don't have a mate, or have somebody that loves you, get you a Christian man that's got the Holy Spirit about him. If you don't, you're going to have nothing but trouble. Give me an amen. Nothing but trouble. Two can't walk together unless they agree. Amen. Now if you're all ready, Lord come in your life and you've got a man that's not spiritual, he's not spiritual. If he's not, but he's good to you. And Paul said if you be pleased to dwell with him, he said that's fine. That's fine. But amen, if not, otherwise, you're not held accountable. I got people in here, thank God, that's had more than one marriage. And you know the secular world, religious world out here, you know what they say about you? You're living in adultery. Amen, not true. Not true necessarily. How many of you know not every marriage is joined together by God? Not every one. The ones that are, amen, the Bible said, let not man put asunder. It's like salvation, don't you understand? Amen. But so many of them, God didn't have nothing to do with them. They're just as dead as they was the day that they got together. And they're, amen, and you're free by the grace and love of God, thank God, to find somebody that will love you and that will believe God with you and be full of the Spirit of God. Now give me an amen. I hear people all the time, first time a woman gets in the heat a little bit and finds a man that's kind of handsome a little bit. Oh, I love him today. Don't care anything about nothing. And then the crash comes. Then we people, and you have to start praying for them, trying to help you because your heart's broke. It's funny though, most of them you get their heart broke, within a week they're after it again. Oh, it was so devastating though. Amen. It just about killed me. It was so devastating. Amen. So I'm going to tell you something. Thank God, God's good. These things that I'm preaching to you, I want you to understand, thank God, that God knows what He's talking about. I didn't go into real deep meat about none of this. Give you some things that I strongly believe in my heart. I believe them. Amen. God loves you. God loves this church. He loves our people. You stay with the stuff, come hell or high water. Amen. Now the thing is, I'm going to get over to you. Some of you in here, because of jealousy, ain't going to like this, what I'm fixing to say. You're not going to like it. But there ain't no man, no one man or one woman can ever give you everything and all that you need. Come on, say amen. You need other people in your life. You need other people. I'm serious. I need other people in my life besides Lily. And Lily needs other people in her life besides me. Every one of you is in here, do. You do. And people come to me and they talk to me about things and I say, I understand. I really do. I won't go too far as that. The devil would like for me to so somebody could get offended. But I won't do it. I won't go there. A little bit too smart tonight. Amen. God's good. But I'm telling you something right now, every need. Listen to me. God made a promise that He would do what? Supply what? Your what? According to what? Well, how many of you know God can't lie? How many of you know if you don't let Him and you go the wrong way, He can't do it? He loves you. You're God's child. You're going to heaven. Nobody threatening your salvation. If you look me in the eyes and say, I believe that Jesus is the Christ. I believe that Jesus is the Lord. I really believe that He come, that He died, He was planted, He arose and ascended, and He's at the right hand of the Father, shed His blood for me. If you believe that and say that from your heart, you are God's child.
Amen.
God's child.
That's the truth.
If you believe it. Now, by believing that, don't say, well, I believe it, but it just ain't making no difference in my life. No. It'll make a difference in your life when you really believe that. It'll make a difference. I look at people here, it's unreal what I've seen God do with some of you. Come in. Come in a wreck. Come in a wreck. And then, buddy, I'm going to tell you just 1 week, one service after another, you could just see the change begin to take place. God, and I'm so honored to be with you. I'm so honored to be a part of you. I am a man, whether you believe it or not, you can trust. I am a man that you can tell me anything that you ever want me to know, and I'll never, you say I don't want nobody to know it, I'll take you to my grave. I'm that kind of man. Amen. You need to respect that. Now, I've got one other thing. I'll close. You know what that is? What did God tell you to do as believers? Huh? Come on, don't you listen to this. You know anything about covering? You know what covering is? I've spent a whole ministry doing it. And that's covering. Not uncovered, but covering. If a person uncovers somebody, they're not seeking love. Give me an amen now. They're not seeking love if they uncover somebody. He said if you cover a transgression or a shortcoming or anything in anybody's life, the Bible said that you seek love. Amen. And some people just overlook it. They overlook it. I want our church to be a church that will not be looking down their nose at people. I love everybody. God knows I do. With everything that I do know, and people, there is things that probably has never been told to me, but in my spirit, man, I already know them. I already know it. But when I look at you, I see you through the eyes of Jesus. That's it. No more, no less. I see you through the eyes of Jesus. I know flesh. I know what flesh is capable of. This boy here is human. And no surprise to me that he'll sit right here and sow some wild oats. Ain't no surprise to me. But I still believe something has been put in him that keeps drawing him here to the church. Christians in here, if you claim to be a Christian, give a good witness to this boy. Help him. He'll mature. He'll get stronger. He'll grow up. It's untelling what's going to happen in his life. Amen. You get out here with a little while higher in you, you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, the next thing you know what? Boom! Trouble comes. It comes. It comes. It happens. Amen. Being safe with God and being in God's house most of the time, them things will never get to you. But we got good people that things do get to. Things do happen. Don't never judge a man or a woman till you walk in those shoes. Don't do it. But I owe that boy there, I owe him to let him know that I love him. Wherever he goes, whatever he's involved in, that I love him. But I want him also to know that I want to live a life in front of him that he can be pleased with. And he can say, hey, my pastor loves the Lord. And he loves me. And I recommend that for everybody in here. Thank God. To follow that example. Amen. God's good. Praying for you, honey. Would you just celebrate or? Okay. Amen. I've got concerned. I've never seen her go through that. Amen. So praise the Lord. We won't be back till this coming Lord's Day. Am I correct? Yeah. Be back. I'll finish this up. If it means anything to you this coming Sunday morning, I hope that it does. Because I'm going to get into some more real interesting stuff here a little bit later on. Amen. God can help you. God can help you. And I'm going to tell you something. You love one another. Love. Respect me. Just respect me. I don't want you to make a God out of me. I'll never lord it over any of you in here. That will never happen from me. Amen. But at least respect me and love me. Because I'm here. Don't you people know that 50 years, if I had not have been chipped, God would have done struck me dead way for now and put somebody in. You know that? I was called to be here. I was called to be the pastor of this church. Amen. But God, you was called to be here and to be members of this church. Amen. And I was just thinking, I'm going to say this real quick. Got this young man here. I'm not going to embarrass you. And this sister and all these precious kids. They do need some help now. They need some help. And I'm going to tell you something. They need furniture and stuff like that and different things. I know they'll get there if they're determined. But for anybody in here that's got stuff, don't wait around. I've been down there looking. I've been looking at everything we've got, looking in the barn where we got storage and everything else, trying to figure out something that I can help with. Try to help them. They're starting from scratch, people. Don't you understand? It's from scratch. And they're gaining one step at a time. They're making progress. And I thank God for it, and I'm proud of them. Amen. So, amen. Do you think that if I knew any of you all in here was really hungry, that I could sit down at my table and enjoy a meal? If I knew you was hungry, the answer is no. Couldn't do it. Try to get that need supplied. Right now, we've actually got more food and more junk than is good for us. You believe that? I do. Too much. We got way too much. I do real good till Lily comes along and makes a big old pan full of fudge. God, full of nuts. Marshmallows was put in it. And I got me a big old piece of that yesterday, got me a big old piece of it today about midday. And I said, well, one piece ain't going to hurt me. And the next thing you know, bless God, I went back to sleep and I got the second piece. Oh, it was good. Tastes good. I ain't going to apologize for it or beat myself up. Amen. But I want to say in that say this, that we've got more than enough. More than enough. Give me an amen. God is a good God. Amen. He's a good God. So we're going to let you be at liberty. May God bless you is my prayer. Amen.